bullets and it's the glory. 100 stripes, 100 stories. It's the Pledge of Allegiance on the 4th of July. It's them handwritten letters from home. It's them sleepless nights alone. It's his newborn baby he left with his wife. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, here's a line. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Hey. From the fields of Indiana to the swamps of Louisiana, to the golden coast of California, Uncle Sam's the only family he's got. His purple heartbeat won't stop, and his 18th birthday was the day he was born. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, here's a lie. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, stand on the front line. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, pay the ultimate price. He was the man of the house when he was born. His family is proud but torn. But if you knew him, you would understand. He was raised on how to be brave, just to see the flag still wave. And then he came home with only one hand. 'Cause Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, here's a lie. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, stay on this front line. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, you'll pay the ultimate price. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, here's a lie. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. March in line, march in line. Hey, hey.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, good evening, Erie County. Here we are live. Boots on the ground with Brian Shank here in downtown, bustling Harbor Creek on a Wednesday night. It's kind of a pretty day. It was kind of a nice day, a little cool of a day, but that's okay. We had some visitors today, and I tell you what, you talk about a high energy, boots on the ground, getting to come down and meet the people. I mean, the Team Trump bus tour at Erie, PA at Waldemere was an absolute great time. We had tons of guest speakers. We had local folks talking. We had the national folks talking. Micah Gordon came out and introduced the entire gang. Byron Donalds, Cash Patel, Pam Bondi, Joni Andrist, Monica Cowley, and what is it, Mr. Abel Maldonado, and of course the governor herself. Man, she was she was the star of the show. Even though every one of them is still a rock star and still does everything they can to help the Trump campaign. I'm telling you, Philip Ward was there. He got to interview all these important people. people that actually care about the country. You can actually tell no scripts, no notes, no teleprompters, just them and a microphone interacting with the crowd within, you're literally 5 feet away from these people. I mean, they had a couple big buffy security guards, walking around, but it was a very friendly, nice event. Everybody got along. Everybody had a great time. Everybody was rubbing elbows, signing stuff, hats, and everything. Kim was there with me, and we had a good time. Lou Lou was there, Aliotti was there. Dan Laughlin was there. That was a good place for him to be, boots on the ground. Like I said, Micah Goring was there. He got to kind of like open up the show, which is I think only appropriate. I mean, he's running for state rep. I think it's nice to have that local connection. And then JD Longo from Slippy Rock, the mayor, that guy, I'm telling you, you watch his career. You watch. Trust me. They're going to put him somewhere kind of important. Hopefully they'll run him here real soon for something else. So other than that, we wrapped up voter registration, and oh gee, look what we got. We have a problem. We have a problem with the mail-in ballots. I think that was like 295. So let's just call it 300 mail-in ballots that are double printed. When I was on county council and I was the chairman, I fought tooth and nail with the Democrats to keep this money local and hire a local contractor. And we used the printer out in Northeast, but no, the Democrats, Mary Rennie and Andre Horton, were all hell bent using this company out of the. We got our first call. Hang on a second. Hey Dave, you're live.
Good evening, Brian.
How you doing, sir?
Another beautiful Wednesday.
Yes. Yes.
Well, I'm watching Newsmax right now. I'm watching what's his name, Kelly, or no, it ain't Kelly. It's what the heck's his name here?
I don't know. It's your call, brother.
Yeah, I'm
dime.
gonna see if I can get him here. What's his? I can't remember his name here. But anyways, he just reported that now they're gonna, they just heard you heard about the big Hitler deal, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. They've run out of nasty tricks in their bag of lies and deception. So now they got to pull the Hitler thing, which is an absolute disgusting. I mean, even for the Democrats, that's disgusting to go that low. Where did President Trump, round up the Jews and have their teeth pulled out and executed? I don't remember that in his first 4 years. Maybe I missed it, but it's just lies and deception because that's all the cult party has.
Yeah, Rob Schmidt, that's his name.
Okay.
But I guess he says that now they're going to come up with a new one. It's some girl says that Mr. Trump inappropriately touched her, along with being with Epstein, tying this girl in with Epstein and Trump.
Yeah, well,
That's another one.
Yep, but that's okay. Touchdown Timmy has been accused of misappropriating, not misappropriating, but touching minor boys. But that's okay.
Yeah, I heard that one too. Yeah,
that's okay. Touchdown Timmy, but that's okay.
Touchdown
He gets
Timmy.
a pass. So now they gotta run out the Hitler and oh yeah, by the way, 25 years ago this happened, and just like no proof. Show me the proof.
Yeah. But anyways, I just want to report too that I went to court the other day, yesterday.
And
District Justice Court for the my campaign signs that were stolen / messed with.
Yes.
And we had the hearing, real nice, and the young lady was found guilty.
Oh, it was a female. No kidding.
Yeah, it was a female. It was it was hard to tell though at the time when the incident originally happened.
Right.
But, anyways, but the judge was good. She fined her, but she did have some mental issues, But
of course.
So she said she would suspend the court cost. Court costs $175, man.
Woo!
Yeah, they're really going up on them court costs, ain't they?
Well, they should. Why should the taxpayers pay for these knuckleheads to commit
Yeah,
crimes? I was shocked, but yeah, go ahead.
yeah, $175 for court costs now at a district justice level. Now imagine if you go to county court, that's even more, right?
I would
I
go
would
so.
think
I would think so.
you go to the big court, but yeah, she said if she got some mental, involvement, then she would suspend them both. I thought that was okay. Don't bother me a
Well, it
bit.
was the point. It's the point that you stood up, you called the Erie Police Department. They took it seriously. They came out. Did you give them video? I can't remember if you
I
told them.
showed it to the officer
Okay,
at
good,
the hearing.
good,
He said,
good.
"Oh, this is a slam dunk." He said,
Yeah. See,
but
and the,
the judge didn't. We didn't even present it at the judge. There really was no need to, really, because I just testified, and that was pretty much it. And
did the officer had to come in and did he have to
he was
testify?
there. Yeah, he was
Okay,
there
good. All
too.
right, good,
He
good.
just testified to the basic charge, and then he
Sure.
let me take over from there
Right.
because I had all the information regarding what happened, the dates, the times, prior dates.
Yes, yes.
Uh,
Victimizing a poor inanimate yard sign because has
yeah,
anything to do with anything.
yeah, but it's I've noticed that all the most of the involvement with the yard signs from other people, which I've never haven't caught or anything because that's like a hit and run. This was the one I went to court with. That was like 4 separate times,
Oh, well,
and I
yeah.
just happened to be home one of the days that it happened. But the other ones, they all seem like they're all going after the Trump sign.
Yeah, you did share one of your videos with me, and they are singling out Donald, you
Yeah,
know,
more so than the
Stacy
other
or
ones.
Dave.
Quite a
Yes.
bit more.
Yeah, Stacy seems to be okay. Dave McCormick, he's got a little abuse,
They
but
go.
no. I mean, the point is, I'm glad you bring in sharing this with us to tell people, be diligent, keep your head on a swivel, watch your six. The party of tolerance and joy are coming unglued. Just like
Oh
why I,
yeah,
just like
party of tolerance is
yeah,
right.
just like
But
that's why I wear a body cam and a nice, fine, upstanding area resident, threatened me in front of the cops.
oh, where was that one at?
Oh, yeah, it was a 12th and state when the vice president came through. We were standing there very peacefully holding a
Oh
sign.
yeah.
He walks up behind me, goes, "You're lucky the cops are here." And I'm like, "Oh, you're gonna threaten me right in front of the cops?" "Yeah, you ain't so tough when you got cops standing here." I was caught on my body cam,
Oh,
and actually it was on
well,
my last show. I don't know if Brenda still has it available, but if we did, we'll show it again because it shows the party of tolerance. Because they're gonna come unglued. You watch. We were talking about this. Um, who certifies the election on the federal level? The vice president. So
mhm.
Trump wins. Is Kamala Harris going to certify the election?
Mm,
Mm,
yeah,
yeah, because that
I
was the
wouldn't be betting on that one.
yeah. I'm not a betting man, and there's no way I would put money on that one because think
No.
about it, boys and girls. She is the one that certifies the election. Because remember, that was the whole thing why Trump was mad at Pence because Pence certified the election. Which is a formality under the Constitution. But then, of course, let's see what the Democrats do because they said Trump won't be the president one way or the other.
Oh, one way or the other. Yeah, good one.
Yeah, no, I
Well, anyways, I'm waiting for election day. I'm gonna go vote. I'm not gonna do it ahead of time. It's just
you're an old school kind of guy.
I know they say you should do it ahead of time. Everybody says
I did
do it
it.
ahead in case there's a tornado or a power outage or what have you.
Yeah, with the Democrats, I don't know what bag of tricks they've got hidden in the closet that will come out election day. A gremlin attack or aliens or space invaders come in and
Well, is
destroy.
there a set rule, I mean, a written in stone rule, so to speak, that election day is the last day you can vote? Like, say there was a power failure. Let's just say hypothetically.
Well, if
Would
you go back to the last presidential race, look what Wolfie Pooh did when they were having problems getting the mail-in ballots back on time. He moved the goalpost on
he
the
moved
date.
the goal? Well, they can move the goalposts for the people that vote on election day then too, right?
Uh, No, because those are Republicans.
Those are
Yeah,
Republicans.
those are Republicans, Dave. They don't do anything to help them. They just the mail-in ballots. They gave them extra time to get the mail-in ballots in
When do they
because
start counting them mail-in ballots?
they are not allowed to touch them until 0700 on the 5th.
So what?
The 5th, election day. No,
Okay,
yes.
so they can start counting them election day.
That's the only time they're allowed to touch them. Election day at 7 o'clock, they can start slicing and open them up, sorting
So
them,
they
and
can
scanning.
start slicing them and looking at them and see how the vote's going.
Correct. And of course,
So if there was here's the hypothetical. So if Trump is winning in Pennsylvania and there's a power outage
wink,
for
wink.
for the in-person voters, they probably wouldn't, or they would extend that to those voters.
I don't know. All I know is once at
But
7 o'clock, they can't start till 7. Election's done at 8 o'clock. And if you have a mail-in ballot and you didn't get it in the mail, you have to drop it off the courthouse by 8 o'clock, not at 8:05, not 8:01. But with Horton and Drexel in charge, they'll probably go, "Oh, wait a minute, my clock is wrong," and it's half an hour running late. Knowing those guys, so they can
so
slide in a cheat.
how come you don't get any results until the polls close? That's another thing. If they're going to be counting votes, they'd have results before the polls close, correct?
Yeah, but I don't think they're really supposed to be posting anything because that's what
Okay.
happened. That they were playing with this. Do they at 8 o'clock? Do they dump the numbers and show that you've already you're down 500 votes already
Hmm.
at 8 o'clock? It's a little discouraging. So they wait till the numbers came in from the hard drives from the voting machines, and then they already had. Then they'll have all the mail-in scanned, and they'll have all that data sitting there. And then
Oh, they won't release it until.
no, that's what happened
Uh,
last night because they didn't release it until later on in the evening, which I'm okay with. But no matter how you look at it, someone's gonna be pissed. But then the governor, little short guy Shapiro, said
mhm.
once we start counting, you do not stop counting until you are complete. And I
Okay.
gotta go with I'm okay with that.
Yeah, not like the last time.
Yeah, we're just gonna stop at 2 o'clock in the morning, and then at 6 o'clock in the morning, all of a sudden 5,000 votes magically appeared while
Right.
everything was shut down. So I'm okay with what Josh said about this. It's the first thing I've actually agreed with him on that. Once things start at 7 o'clock, you do not leave until you are done. That means you have to bring in a second shift. You do so. I'm okay with that.
Right. I see he was in town here at Troyer's.
Oh, was he? Was he getting some dope or something?
No, he giving him some money. I guess he gave him $3 million
Really? Wow. Well, hey,
for some
it's
kind of for the potatoes, the potato chip thing they got going out there or something. That's
right.
awful strange. He did it now.
Well,
You know.
uh, you're a smart guy. It's election time, and the Democrat cult party runs deep all the way up to the
Yes, yes,
governorship.
it does. Yeah.
So
Oh,
he gets to do some walking around with our tax dollars and give them to try to bribe the people. But I'm telling you, those people out there, they're all Republicans. It doesn't matter.
yeah,
It doesn't matter. I would be hard pressed to find a Harris sign out in Waterford somewhere. That's
yeah.
solid red, solid Jake Banta turf. So I'm not. I'm that'd be great. Whatever. It gives him a headline. Look what the Democrats are doing. We're helping our farmers because that's the only other time they give a shit about them.
Well, all right then. I'll get off. Let somebody else get on.
All right, Dave. Thanks for the update on
Okay.
your signs. So tell everybody just be frosty. Watch your six. Keep your head on a swivel. Get a camera. I'm just saying, stand up for your rights. Dave stood up for his
Yeah.
rights. Justice prevailed and actually got them busted. So good job, Dave.
Yeah.
I
All right.
salute,
Have a good
I
one.
salute you, sir.
All right. Bye.
Yeah. So yeah, that was kind of interesting. I'm really shocked that it was nice that Erie PD came down and did that. And then the district magistrate took it. Usually they're like, get out of here. Don't waste it. Hey, Hey, Mark, Stan, Kate, Jody. Yeah, I forgot to put the chat up because I was in my intro. Then Dave called, but that's yeah. So voting's going on. I think we have a video of some shenanigans going on in Erie. Of what's going on. That a couple. It appears. It appears that a couple Democrat door knockers went rifling through someone's mailbox, and it appears they took out Dan Laughlin's mailer that he paid for and replaced it with one of theirs. So again, when I say there knocks at the door, steps aside, gentle does look at that. Oh no, I don't like this. Yeah, we, the politicians pay for those things. They pay a lot of money to get those printed and mailed out. And see,
The woman has already been identified. The man has not. So if anyone recognizes him,
it looks like he has an ID,
let
but
us
he's got it stuck in his pocket because he's yeah.
but that is a pretty
It's a
clear
pretty clear
picture
picture.
of
And this
him.
happened in Erie. This came to me by about 50 concerned citizens about this. They're like, "Can you do something?" I said, "Listen, all I can do is the media is aware. They're looking into it, and Donna has already reached out to the postal people, and it's going to be investigated. You know, but this is what we are catching. My question is to the audience is what aren't we catching? What are they getting away with? What are they doing? Um, I keep hearing stories. A nice lady, I won't give her name. She had some properties that were empty, and they were receiving mail-in ballots to the people that don't live there because there's nobody there. So what they're doing is they're just finding empty houses, doing a little online research, getting some fictitious names. Maybe someone had passed away and they hadn't purged the system yet. And it's easy to find information. And then they're just filling out mail-in ballots. So that's how they're cheating. But of course we proved it. Of course they didn't like it. The court said no, it wasn't enough. It wasn't significant enough. Blah blah blah. And again, Trump is. Oh yeah. Oh, I know, Lance. Lance. Thank you. You know, the some of the poll numbers are starting to come in, and the polls are, and Trump is pulling away very very slowly, and he's leading in all those states that they that are a toss up, and that is absolutely amazing news. So, what you have done, what the people of Erie County have done, the Democrats that said, "I'm tired of these Democrat cult members," and their bullshit, and now they're getting dirty and calling a former president Hitler, a Nazi. That's disgusting. They had nothing to do that. Why am I not getting a ring? Hey Kim, you're live.
Hey Brian, I got a history lesson today. I found out something interesting in who certifies the election. It's
I-
no longer the vice president.
Okay, lay it on me.
Okay, well, I thought, remember last weekend or this week, we're down at the docks and we were asking that same question. And I found out that after the last presidential election and with January 6th and all that other garbage that went on, they changed that law and the vice president no longer certifies the election. Once all the electoral votes and everything come in, everything, it's passed by the Senate, So that is no longer going to be an issue. We do not have to worry about Vice President Kamala certifying the election when Trump wins.
Okay.
So I no longer have the date on that or anything, but I thought that was very interesting when I found that fact out.
How about that?
Yeah, they move things along, and they don't actually call into boots on the ground and tell us these things when they do this.
Right. They get
Shame on them.
yeah, we got Matt Strupp here. We got Nancy Bird popped in here. Josh Perry, thanks for coming in. We appreciate
Yeah,
it. Like we say, please say
and they
hi.
were showing your trailer all over the news this evening. Did you see that?
No, I didn't. If you see it online, send me the link. But
Yeah,
you
I
know,
was just now watching Erie News Live,
nice.
and they were talking about the event today up at Waldemere.
Mhm.
And what's on there for a good 2 minutes? Nothing but the Trump trailer.
Oh, but wait a minute, Kim. Correct me if I'm wrong. The what's that guy's name? Oh yeah, Tom Eddy, the chairman of the local Republican Party said, "Oh yeah, towing that stupid trailer around."
Rickety rackety
Yeah,
trailer with the rickety rackety mannequin on it.
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
I didn't
know.
see him on there.
No, I don't didn't see them in any parades or floats or anything. I don't see them down the dock having
No,
people from
they got a
from
they got a great shot of you, and then of course then they when they were doing the Christy Nome interview,
right.
and when they got great Senator Byron from Florida, who do they have talking to him? Me, and they got a picture of the back of my jacket. But I didn't see any ECRC chairman or co-chairman on there at all.
No, I didn't because what's the point? So yeah, that's the two-time loser that I am with my raggedy trailer out there, making national news. So let's see. I got interviewed the other
World news,
yeah,
world news.
I got interviewed by a German reporter the other day. Took a bunch of pictures. The New
Yep,
York
and
Times.
today was Japan.
Today was Japan with me in the
Yep.
trailer, and the
Mhm.
New York Times with my stupid trailer, according to Tom Eddy. So yeah,
Yep, yep,
go ahead, go ahead and
yeah,
be hateful, be the rhino that you are, and act like a Democrat and hate, 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 hate. And
yeah.
you know
And the
what?
and the
We're
funny
winning.
part was the only person he knew was Christy Nome. He didn't even have a clue who the other people were there.
Wow. Well,
Yeah,
well, I'm surprised he's even there. He's only there because he's the job. He never supported Trump. He didn't support Trump in the primary. So now he's just playing, being the bad actor that he is. And you know what? We're
yeah.
still beating him. We're still winning. We're still going to win.
Oh yeah,
And do what we do. Sam was running around today. I thanked him for everything. I said, "Hey man, sorry about your car. Glad you're okay. We can get you a new car. We can't get you a new Sam." So,
right.
that was nice. And Ryan was running around. It was well organized. They had a little problem with the PA system, but I did say, "Hey guys, I can run the PA for you." No, 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 no. We got that. Okay, whatever, man. I offered, but it was a great event. I put some great pictures up. I got a picture of you, getting your hat signed. Your Trump hat signed by all of our local, not local, but all the hot shots that came into Erie today was,
Yep,
and
and
I
that will be
signed.
getting sent off. That will get sent off to my son's U.S. Air Force base as soon as I get JD Vance to sign it.
Yeah.
And if people don't know, Senator Dodie Ernst from Iowa, she tried passing a law called Sarah's Law. And that has to do with a girl named Sarah who 4 years ago was killed and raped and kidnapped by an illegal immigrant, and it was shut down and not passed by our Democratic colleagues.
Of course. Because
And
right.
she was shocked that I even knew about it. And when I was talking to her about it, I said, "Isn't it a blessing that we will be having Dave McCormick join you on the Senate floor soon, so you can get that passed?"
Poll numbers are saying he's pulling away.
Yes,
So I
and
think,
guys,
yeah, I think,
it's a blessing.
yep.
It's a blessing. God's working miracles. Harrison Dunn has been following the numbers every single day. We're looking good. We're looking good, but we are still 2 weeks out. So please, please, as Brian has been preaching it for 2 years, we need you to get down to the courthouse. Please make a presence, because I'm telling you what, they're pulling out all tricks. We had 53 dead nuns registered to vote
Oop.
at a residence where there was no house.
I saw that.
Um,
I read that.
and 263 double mail-in ballots sent out. So please, consider going to the courthouse. It's only going to take you about 20 minutes of your time, if that. And when you go, grab a friend, grab a neighbor, grab your granddaughter, grab your daughter, take them with you. And please, please, this early voting in person is so important. We need you to get out there and vote, because it's the only way we're going to save our country and our state and our county. And when
Oh,
you're marking that, please, get down there, do it. The girls are very happy to help you, so simple. And please remember to sign and date the outside of your envelope.
correctly, please, because they can technically, legally toss it. And when I was the chairman and I had to toss a ballot that was not proper, it broke my heart to do that, because I know that is someone's vote. Didn't matter if it was a D or an R. It's still our privilege as a country, a free country for now, to do that. So please do not put them in a position where they have to toss your ballot because of a silly date and a signature. It's that simple. Make sure you flip it over, read the back side. There's some candidates on the back. And all you got to do is do three things: flip it over, fill out the back, date it, sign it, have a nice day. It's that simple. If you need any help, ask the lovely ladies and gentlemen that work down there. They'll be more than glad to assist you.
Right. And guys, get your friends out there. We got it. We got it. We got to keep going. Talk to your friends, talk to your neighbors. Hey, are you guys going to go vote? If they tell you something you don't like, don't get upset. Don't get mad. Say, why exactly are you voting that way? Ask them, what has she done for you guys in 3.5 years? Are you any better off now than you were 4 years ago? All you guys listening, I know that you guys are going to show. We know you're going to vote the correct way. We know that you guys have God in your heart. You guys want to save our country, but talk to your friends, talk to your neighbors, talk to your coworkers, talk to your own family members. This is such an important election, and it's going to help us with our future races.
Oh, absolutely. Once we start this red train rolling down the tracks, it will be unstoppable. And this is exactly what we need. We need to make sure that this race is done correctly. And that way, when, if Kim decides to run again, or I decide to run again, or Jake Banta,
When we
or
decide,
Micah Gore, anybody just runs on the Republican ticket, they know that they can get up and have their backs covered. It sucked when Kim and I got up and we knew we didn't have any support. We didn't have any support locally from the Republican Party. We didn't have we had some minimum support from our friends and family, but that doesn't cut it. That doesn't win races, and that's look at I have my official shirt on. See, I have my official pack, Restore America pack shirt on, because we want to make sure in the future this doesn't happen to young candidates. I'm
right?
61. My political career is going to be coming to a close very quickly because I want to ride off into the sunset on my Harley. But we still have
Right.
to do this.
Now, guys, we know JD Vance will be coming back to Erie. We will get that information to you ASAP. There's a rumor it could be the 28th or the
Yeah.
30th. When we have confirmation of that, I will get it to Brian. The minute it goes into my ear, it goes out my mouth into his ear, like everything else.
Yeah.
President Trump will be making another stop in Erie. As soon as it gets in my ear, it'll go out my mouth into his ear.
Right.
Another great thing Harrison done, because we want to keep up to date on these stats that are going out. Hopefully in the next half an hour before Brian gets off the air, I will be sending him a text message with a phone number. You guys can text that phone number and you will be put on a list. And once a day, you guys will be getting the stats on where we stand as far as in-person voting goes and how many mail-in ballots we have to chase. Chasing these ballots is just as important as getting people to show up to vote.
Gotcha.
So we will get that information out to you guys right away. I mean, this guy's like scary Elon Musk smart when it comes to this kind of stuff. And so we'll get that information out to you ASAP. And I believe we have something going on Saturday and Sunday, don't we, Brian?
I
Down at the
was
docks?
just waiting for you to finish. We're gonna have we're not doing voter registration anymore. If you still want to fill out for a mail-in ballot, you still have about a week left to do that. We'll be at the dock Saturday night. I just ordered a space heater because it's gonna be a little chilly, but it's gonna be nice out there. It's still we got the group 814 Patriots. It's gonna be a flag waving, sign given away. We still have bumper stickers, and you want to get a photo with my stupid trailer. Um,
Your crickety crackety mannequin.
right. So other than that,
Because I do see on the
Saturday will be during the
yeah,
day.
yeah. Saturday, we're probably down during the day. We're not really sure if we'll work out a time for that, and then Sunday, I'm not really sure. But Saturday night is probably our best night to stay a little late too if the weather's holding because Sunday nights people it dies. But other than that, Kim, thanks for calling. We appreciate that.
Yep.
I was just waiting
And
for you to
everybody
finish.
stay safe. Please stay safe. People are getting a little bit hostile. Remember, try and de-escalate. Try and get them on your side. And with that, everybody stay joyful. God bless you. Thank you, Brian.
Yep.
Thank you, Brenda. I love you both. And everybody get out there and vote, vote, vote.
All
Bye,
right.
guys.
Thanks, Kim. Our boots on the ground reporter from the illustrious Erie. So, and then Brenda just sent me a text that she's got some videos.
Before I do those, the reason why I say Saturday during the day is because all the bars down there are closed now. So evening time will be probably
Yeah.
pretty
And then
dead.
she's got a special on all her Trump gear. The flags are still 10. Sweatshirts are
15 and t-shirts will be $10. Sweatshirts and hoodies will be 15. Flags and hats are
smoking good deals.
$10.
We have a little bit left over. We just want to make sure that all our folks are getting taken care of. They have all their Trump gear ready to go on election day. Please get out and work on a poll. Get out and do what you do. Thanks, Kate. Appreciate that. But yeah, so we'll be there Saturday. We'll fine tune a time. Probably about 2 o'clock. We'll head down there after lunch. We'll grab a bite to eat and head down there. So yeah, we'll see. Hope to see you on down at the dock on Saturday. So Brenda, you got a video for us?
I could do this all day. I wouldn't mind this job. I like this job. I think I might come back and do it again. Look at that. Look at that.
Thank you, Mr. President. You made it possible for ordinary people like us to meet you.
You're not ordinary.
I mean, thank you so
You
much
are
for
not
everything
ordinary.
you're
I
doing.
can see.
We pray for you, and you are the type of person we want to be the president.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
So nice. Thank you very much. Yeah, I took a bullet. That's right.
Thank you, Mr. President.
When you think about it, I guess that's right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll tell you what, you can't tell me that his visit to McDonald's didn't break the internet. And everyone's like, oh, it's fake. It was a setup. Well, listen, the former president doesn't show up to McDonald's and say, okay, listen, everybody, I'm taking over your store. Of course, there was some security issues. Of course, they went in there and secured the facility. But he's trying to tell you that he actually cares about us. He doesn't try to lie and say, I'm middle class. He's never said that. Harris is not middle class. She has never been middle class. Her family has been people of privilege their whole lives. That's why they moved around and went to Canada and California, had their little anchor baby, and flew back up to Canada, and then came back down. And then that's where she started her illustrious career. Wink, wink, Mr. Brown. But yeah, so we get that. It's just hate from the party of joy and tolerance. We're gonna keep saying it till I see the president put his hand on the Bible and take the oath of office. So, Brenda, you got another video?
Oh, you know how Donald Trump had a whole campaign event at a McDonald's today? Yeah, well, the entire thing was fake and staged.
Holy shit, Harry. Incredible journalism. Thanks for cracking the case. You mean to tell me that Trump doesn't actually work at McDonald's? Incredible.
First and foremost, it's not like Donald Trump just showed up to the McDonald's and surprised everybody and started making French fries. No.
Again, Incredible work. Probably because you can't fucking do that, bro, if you're the former president of the United States. That's not how McDonald's works. That's not how presidential campaign works. That's not how the Secret Service works, dog. You can just roll up at McDonald's and be like, yo, let me do the fries for a bit. In case you don't remember, thousands of people went through metal detectors and secured a field days in advance, and this dude still got shot at. You can't just let some dude roll up at the drive-thru, dude.
This was a pre-planned campaign event. This was posted on the McDonald's at this location outside saying that they were going to be closed that day for a political event.
Again, huge breaking story. Stop the presses, bro. Dude, do you think that Kamala Harris just showed up at Penzeys Spices in fucking Pittsburgh and just walked in there and there was a woman ready to cry in her arms? You honestly think that that shit was just natural, bro? You don't think they let her know? You don't think they had a fucking, maybe got tipped off a little bit when the Secret Service showed up with guns? Someone's about to come in here. And they're like, oh, let's definitely not find an elderly woman who wants to cry in the arms of a woman she's never met. It's kind of like that time that Kamala Harris made a call to Tim Walz to ask him to be her running mate. And there was a camera crew sitting there with him mic'd up. He's like, hello, who's this? Oh, is it Kamala? Oh, it's so staged. Good job here.
And also ahead of time, there was a journalist outside of this McDonald's, and the cars coming up to the drive-thru were rehearsing. They were rehearsing. The entire thing was staged.
Oh my God, Harry. Welcome to literal Earth, bro. How you think this game is played?
This is the thing about the Trump campaign, right? They're hoping to deceive you into voting for him.
Yo, dude, dude, for the last 3 years, you've been saying that an octogenarian meatbag that can barely speak is sharper than he's ever been. You want to talk about deceiving people to vote for them? Unbelievable, dude. And now they take the lowest rated vice president in American history and shovel her into the limelight after receiving literally not a single primary vote, but he is deceiving people.
Whether it be like campaign events like this where he's trying to come off as the average working man.
You see, Harry, that's the thing about Trump. He has never in his entire life pretended to be the average working man. He has been authentically himself for the last 65 years in public view. Nobody thinks that he's the average working man. He is more than clear about who he is as a person. But your favorite demon, on the other hand, is trying to do that. No, I'm here for the unions. I'm here for the working class Joes. How many times in the last 2 months have you heard her say, you know, I come from a middle-class family. I'm from a middle-class family. Middle-class family, middle-class family. You gotta understand, I come from a middle-class family. Like, dog, you grew up in Canada, a college professor and a scientist as parents. You dated the most powerful man in San Francisco politics and got appointed to positions that you barely even showed up for to make hundreds of thousands of dollars doing so. But I worked at McDonald's and I grew up a middle-class kid. Who's trying to sell it with their Hermes belt on, dog?
We all know that Donald Trump is a con man. We've known this for quite some time. The only question is, will the American people fall for the con? I don't think we should, and I don't think we will.
Yes, sing it, soy sister. Damn, bro, you really nailed it. Will America fall for the con? Great question. Will the country actually choose Donald Trump? Especially after the leader of his party that received all of the primary votes got kicked out by the most elite members of the aforementioned party without the consent of the people who cast all those primary votes for him, installed the person that they thought would be better, that was the lowest rated at their position in American history, and now have control of the mainstream media and all of the social media talking heads, including definitely not paid Harry, to say that this person is suddenly great now. Will they fall for the con that Donald Trump bull?
I know that one's a little long, but I'm telling you, I watched that. Brendan put it up there, and I'm like, oh my God, this guy. And Harry is such a tool. You know, he started out as a teenager doing this stuff, and you know, of course, he's been a tool for the Democrats, and he actually got to go get sniffed by Joe at the White House because he's such a tool for the Democrats. So it's so funny. There's a couple guys that just love ripping him apart. And that's fine. You know, this is what we do. And, you know, tit for tat. And, you know, our guy's better than your girl. And that's fine. That's perfectly fine. But you know what? The proof is in the pudding. You know, the voting's starting. We know this is going to go the right way. It's just how are they going to create a new steal very covertly, very quietly, so it flies underneath the radar. And matter of fact, Brenda, I didn't even tell you this. I got a text message today from a reporter, and here, let me read this right. Hi, Brian. My name is Bethany Rogers, and I'm a Pennsylvania reporter with USA Today Network. I write stories for the Erie Times News, and I'm reaching out because I'm working on an article about the effort to remove voter registration in Erie County by mailing affidavits to people who look like they might have moved. I've heard that you were aware of this effort and helping raise money for stamps. Would you be willing to speak with me about this? So another reporter, reaching out to little old Brian Shank, the two-time loser according to the Republican Party, uh, by the media, because they know I'm the guy that's not scared of the Democrats. They've threatened me, they've come after me, and I don't care. I mean, if Donald Trump can take a bullet, I can stand up to these bullies, and I'm not scared. I have a video camera in my vehicle. I carry a body cam. I don't know, Brenda, if you still have that video of our fine, illustrious encounter downtown. If you got it, put it up. If not, we're taking calls, 814-873-3612. Make sure we give a shout out to Brian and erieammo.com for their support of this show. Good conservative, small business guy here in Erie, startup company. And that's what we're going to be shifting gears to after the election. We'll have a lot of fodder to talk about, but then we're going to start focusing back into what we can do to make our local economy better. And Brian, people like Brian with erieammo.com, a startup company that's trying to make his own way. We the people need to stick together. We need the network. Well, Brian, we talk about you and you call. How about that?
Oh, hey. Uh, yeah, good timing, I guess. I wasn't I dialed, so I didn't hear about that. But yeah, that last video was great. I love how triggered they're getting over the McDonald's event. Canceling, I saw they were canceling their McDonald's accounts and stuff online. You know,
Well,
it,
it
it's
was fun.
beautiful.
It was funny. We had the Trump team here in Erie. We went through all the people that came here. There was one lady standing across from me, and if I wasn't paying attention, I wouldn't have caught it. She was holding a McDonald's fry box, the little box of fries. Cause she's just standing there holding it. I'm like, oh my God, that's funny. That is absolutely funny that she went to McDonald's and got a fry box and was standing there, not holding a Trump sign, just holding an empty container of fries.
That's great. The memes have been great too of the
Oh,
whole thing, making McDonald's great again, fixing the ice cream machine finally. Like,
I had one put together that I posted on my social media. I wanted Brenda to play, but sometimes they're tough to get the transfer over. It's just a weird world in video and live streaming and blah blah blah. It's
no, I
probably
bet.
yeah. So we're getting that. So it was yeah. The fair one is you know Trump's been at work for 15 minutes. Has already fixed the ice cream machine.
Yeah,
Like,
that's it. That's
I'm
the
like,
one.
come on. He's like, listen, I've worked at
That's
McDonald's.
gold.
Yeah. I was like, I've worked for McDonald's for 15 minutes. That's 15 more minutes than Kamala Harris has. I'm like,
Yeah, seriously.
oh, but yeah. So
But
I had a guy reach out to me the other day, and says, "Hey, that guy that's on your show, Brian. What's his address again?" I said, "Well, it's pretty simple, erieammo.com." So, it's getting traction. These are patriots, and we appreciate, taking care of the little guy, and us Bryans have to stick together, and
appreciate it. Yeah.
so we hope we don't need too much of your services other than
No, it's
practicing.
exactly. Yeah, just punch and paper. That's. But speaking of addresses, I had something interesting this morning at my home address. Guess what I found on my front lawn?
A Harris something.
No, I found a dead cat right next to my Trump sign. Just
No way.
right next to it. Yeah. I was like, that's odd. I don't normally find a dead cat in my front lawn, let alone right next to my Trump sign. These people are sick, man.
I
Like,
I I I I've
they're
been
deranged.
I've been telling people, I've been begging people to just go spend $100, buy a Ring doorbell for your front door. I'm telling you, these things have solved more crimes and caught more people doing bullshit, dumb stuff, and it literally is $100. You cannot buy that now. I'm not. I don't get promote. I don't get any money from Ring, but I'm telling you, I have Ring cameras, front and back door. So smile. You're on candid camera. Uh, you better say
Yeah, I
put
have an Arlo, same thing, but it's so I live on 10th Street. There's a lot of foot traffic, so I try to get the sensor
right.
where it's only like my very front, or else it
Sure.
records everything. But I need to go through that and see if I can see if someone put that there, because that's just, it just was too big of a coincidence. Like right next to it, like like
It's
animals
weird.
get hit on 10th Street. It happens, and people put them in the boulevard. I've lived here for 13 years, and I've never had a dead animal in my front yard. And
I
it
would
happens
have.
when I have a Trump sign, and it's right next to the Trump sign. I just think it's too big of a coincidence. I don't know.
Well,
I need to check the footage for
yeah,
sure.
check that out. And I tell you what, if you catch somebody, we will call Erie Police Department, and we will make these people Facebook famous, because that's just sick. And if they killed the cat, it's a felony. Just to let you know.
Yeah, I
Believe
mean,
it
it
or not.
didn't look like it got, I don't know. It
It's
didn't
hard.
look like it was roadkill. It looked
Right.
like just a normal cat just laying there
And
next
by
to it,
the
like it was placed there. It was odd. I was like, oh, that's out
that's
of the
real.
ordinary.
No, I mean, I hate to steal the lines from the Democrats, but that's just weird. I mean, that is really weird.
Yeah,
But see, here's the problem. These people are so sick and twisted and angry and hateful. I wouldn't put it past them to throw a dead cat in your front yard.
no,
I really
I
would.
wouldn't, not at all. I mean, they kicked my signs. Like I had to bend them back into shape before and stuff, but this was, yeah, it was a little weird.
That's a lot.
So
That's hashtag weird.
yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
I don't want to be morbid, but yeah, I would have. Yeah. Ooh, did you
I'm just
secure?
glad my daughter didn't see it. She would have been a
Oh
mess.
yeah,
But
that's
I
right.
got to it before she came
Daughters.
home. So
Yeah, well, those are what we refer to as daddy duties.
exactly.
You got to do the bad stuff, Oh, there's a dead mouse here. Come get. Okay, I'll get that. There's a bird in the house. Oh, I'll come get that too. You know.
Yep, even spiders. I got to get the spiders too.
Yeah, no, you're
On the little
absolutely
list.
right. And I literally, that's a thing in this house. Brenda doesn't like spiders, and that's perfectly fine. I get that, but she's not as scared to take off her shoe. Whack. You know.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
no, that does the trick.
yeah, I totally get it. But yeah, no, I appreciate you sharing that with me. I wonder who's calling from a 1724 number. No clue. That's a weird number. That's weird. It's just weird. Now we're talking about dead cats. Now I'm getting weird
Weird
phone calls.
numbers.
Yeah, but no, I mean, so what else is going on in your world, my friend? I hope you.
uh, Dealing with a sick kid. My son has pneumonia, so
Oh
that
no,
kind of stinks. Yeah, he's doing all right, but
there's a lot of that
that's
going
what I've been
around.
focusing on, is just trying to keep my son, make sure he's taking his antibiotics and he's resting up, and trying to get him back to school, because that schoolwork's piling up. But
Right.
other than that, just grinding. You
Right.
know,
We're doing what we can to promote you
Yep.
up. Like I said, I had someone ask me your address, and if you're watching the show, we have your little logo up in the top left corner. My great producer, they used to put the logos on the right, but the problem is on the right hand of the screen it would interfere with uh the text messages. And I couldn't read them because there's a logo there. So Restream, the company we use, they add it so we can move it to the left. I'm like, hey, now we're multitasking. We can do two things at
nice.
once. It's a simple
Well,
little thing that, it's a great company. They have great tech support. And, it was the best $200 I ever spent to go with this, because then we get 5 different channels at one time. Where before I would have a
oh,
camera for Facebook, a camera for YouTube sitting next to each other. Well, that takes a lot of
uh,
internet, a lot of computers to do that. So my illustrious, lovely wife figured out this company called Restream, and we get all the banners. We got your banner running across the bottom. We got your banner up top. We can pick the back screens. I can read the text messages that people post up here. So I mean, it really puts
it's
it to like a really nice level of, hey, we kind of know what we're doing. Some days there's a
no, it
lot of
looks great,
yeah, there's a lot.
and I appreciate it.
Hey, we all we have is each other, and that's why the Constitution is very clear. We the people, and
Hell
it's
yeah.
as a republic, that democracy. You know, we have to get out there. It was funny today. We were at Waldemar. They had all these hot shots in there, And the question is, hey, where's all our veterans? Everybody's putting their hands up in the air. And then, like, how many people voted early? I was impressed. There was actually quite a few hands that went up in the air
Oh, nice.
about voting early, and that's we got to do this. I mean, bank your vote. I've always said this even before this unfortunate thing happened down south. Is we're one snowstorm away from a disaster in November. Think about it.
Yeah, no, that's a very good point. No, I need to get down there myself.
Because
I've been
people are,
thinking about it.
people like, oh, it's too cold, it's too rainy, it's too this. No, 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 no. It is literally your future, and it's so funny. The local news is so biased. They said, okay, both parties are offering free rides to the polls if you need a ride, and they had the chairman of the Democrat Party with a Jim Wirtz T-shirt on promoting, giving free rides. Gee, no product placement in that
Yeah.
news article. I just want to throw up Sam Tallarico with Wirtz's shirt on. It's like that's a double throw up. Oh,
Yeah,
that's why they
no,
don't like me.
yeah, they're shameless.
No, I got it, but thanks for calling, Brian. We appreciate it. You're always a welcome guest here. I'm glad that we were down the dock. I'm glad that we met and friends, and we'll be down there Saturday. Doing what we do. Getting
Right on.
stickers to people and having a couple grandmas flip us off.
Right on. Well, I got to work at 4:30 that day, but I'll stop down before and get flicked off with you.
Thanks, buddy. Us Brian's got to stick together when it's coming to get flipped off.
Hell yeah.
All right,
All right,
man. Thanks for
Brian.
calling, Brian. I'll talk
All right,
to you.
talk to you later.
Yeah. Hey, the video of the two people going through that mailbox has 4.7 million views. Let me read here. Let me put that up there. Put that in the main room there. The video of the two people going through the mailbox has 4.7 million views. Erie News Now, I challenge you. You better get this to the bottom of the story before one of the other news entities figure this out. Someone sent me who they think they are. I won't release that because I don't want to be, responsible for sharing misinformation and falsely accusing somebody of a felony that didn't do it. Does that sound familiar? So I know Donna said that she contacted the post office. I know Erie PD has been notified because this is disgusting. Why can't we just play fair and nice and be Americans and feel like we felt after 9/11 and how we felt, last weekend? What did we do? We literally in 2 days, built a 53-foot tractor trailer and sent it south. People showed up, no clue who they were. We didn't ask them if they were Republicans. We didn't ask if they were Democrats. We didn't ask if they were Jewish or Catholic. It didn't matter. They dropped off water. They dropped off diapers. They dropped off everything. Only thing I didn't see was a kitchen sink. I was shocked. Dehumidifiers, you name it. The people of Erie County stepped up, and lady came in with she still had clothes on. Tags. I don't know who this is. Let's watch this. This is Brian. You're live.
Hey Brian, this is Josh Perry speaking. How you doing?
Hi, Josh Perry. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing fantastic. Yeah, this election cycle is crazy. Like the amount of text messages I'm getting, I'm deleting like 100 a day.
I can't keep up. I think this is the
Yeah.
first time you've called, isn't it?
Yeah, this is my first time. Yeah.
Well, Josh. We've known each other a long time. You're a mover and shaker in the Republican Party.
Yes.
You were a big supporter when I ran for sheriff.
Oh,
dropped
yeah.
signs out to your yard. I appreciate that.
Oh yeah.
You will always have a friendly call here. We appreciate that.
Yep.
So yeah. So what's your spin of all this, my friend? You're a guy that pays attention.
Yeah, it's just this whole election cycle is just vicious and mean. Not mostly like it's mostly the Democrats. Like they're just mean. They're mean spirited. They're they're just ugly people. That's just, this country's going down the shitter if Kamala, God forbid, wins.
Well, let's not let that happen.
No,
People like
absolutely
you,
not. Yeah, like I have a neighbor that's liberal as all. Now get this, he's liberal as all hell, but he likes guns. He likes the Second Amendment.
oh yeah,
He says, "Oh, they're not going to take my guns." I'm like, "Yeah, oh yeah, they will."
Well, I wish
He has a professional fishing guy. All right, now this is funny. He has a professional fishing charter where he goes out steelhead fishing, and guess who a lot of his clients are? Rich Republicans.
right.
And he pissed a lot of them off, and he's losing like $20,000 a year because he can't keep his damn mouth shut.
Well, right. Or just, that's why, the Democrats dox the shit out of us.
Yep.
So it sucks when you get a taste of your own medicine.
Yeah,
Really,
yeah.
it does.
Like he used to do up to like 10 charters a week. Now he's down to like 3 or 4.
Gee, I'm sorry
Yeah.
that he's losing his business, but
Yeah. Well, it's because, first of all, if money's coming into you, you don't fuck with that. Or sorry about the language. You don't mess with that.
Nope.
That's your livelihood. You just say, "Yes, sir. Where do you want to go, sir? This is where we're fishing."
Yeah, and those guys that are coming out there and they're spending big money,
Yeah.
and they probably got decent jobs.
Yeah, they're coming up from Pittsburgh.
Right.
They're coming from Ohio. Yes.
Yeah, and the guys that are not middle class that have
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe invested well or have their own companies. This is and I find it just ridiculous that Kamala Harris is like, oh, we're gonna take the money from the rich people, we're gonna give it to the poor, as she is just raking in the donations from these multi-millionaires.
Yeah,
So
like Taylor Swift,
it's all
Izzo,
bullshit. It's
right. Who other like just these random celebrities. Like you don't see Trump have these like high. Well, he does, but they don't have to brag about it like these goons that Kamala found to represent her.
And he's not saying I'm going to tax the rich to take care of the poor, or the middle class where Kamala says she came from, which she didn't. It's hypocritical. They're all about. She's worth millions, millions, and then she's like, I'm middle class, and we're and this whole thing with the tips. If I was a Democrat and saw what she did, I would say, lady, you're fired. You you literally had the power to take and change the legislation to make it so they didn't have to pay taxes on those tips. She is the vice president. She had the tiebreaker, and she voted to keep taxing the tips. So she is a hypocrite, a liar, and she wants to point at Trump. Trump. I don't. I love it when we get to park in their heads for free, and just say my name. It's like the haters that hate me. That Brian Shank. I put a picture up out of Mill Creek, and it had a garbage can full of Ryan Bizarro T-shirts, and right next to it was a Micah Goring, and it's like it's time to take out the garbage. Like, look at that Shank. Brian Shank. He's crazy. They couldn't spell my name right.
Yeah.
They spelled brain. I'm like, well,
brain. Literacy goes a long way.
But they're just told to hate. Everybody is hate. So did you vote early, or what are you gonna do?
I'm an in-person voter. I don't trust mail-in voting.
I totally respect that. Like I said, I went down to the courthouse, and I did it in person. It's a personal choice.
Those are the only two methods: is actually going to the courthouse or going to a polling place. I just don't trust the mail, especially the U.S. mail. It's terrible these days.
No, I always tell people, listen, if you truly trust the mail system, now watch my neighbor. He's a retired mail guy. I don't want him to come banging on my door. Put $500 cash in an envelope and send it. There was just a video just released where a postman stopped and opened up his door, walked over to the dumpster, and was dumping mail.
Yeah, no.
I mean, come on, guys. You have one job. Pick up the piece of paper, put it in the box. Pick up the piece of paper, put it in the next box. You have one
Yeah,
job.
I just don't trust the mail system with my constitutional right to vote.
Well, you got to send you know, if I want to send you a letter in Mill Creek, it has to go all the way to Pittsburgh and back
Mm-hmm.
just to go to 10 minutes down the road, which is
Yeah, that's ass backwards.
well,
You know,
it saves money,
yeah,
cost savings. But see,
yeah.
I like post office workers. I don't want any of them to go postal. You know what I'm
Nope.
saying?
No,
You know,
no.
shoot up my 12-foot Frank skeleton out front here with an AK-47. Yeah. Anybody have
Yeah.
Jody just typed in the room. Anybody have that date on that vetoed legislation? I would just Google it up. If Google's not filtering you out, because it was
Yeah.
she was very proud. Yay! Yay! Just you yay at screwing the little people that are making $5-6 an hour and they get a decent tip. And you're yaying. Yay.
Yeah, I'm a 6 by 4 foot Trump Vance flag out front, and I have it bolted into the house so it can't come out.
Oh yeah.
And on top of the pole, I have a little battery charger, so if they touch the pole, they get zapped.
Just get a camera, man. I'm telling you.
Yep.
Make these.
Yep. All it took is 2 9-volt batteries, and if you touch it, it's like touching like a bug zapper.
Oh, that's hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious. I know there's a couple online where the guy electrified his Trump sign. And it just and then there's a one video. I don't know how real it is. The guy ran over a Trump sign. And and he put nails in the ground, and he's out there changing his tire. I'm like, gee, that sucks.
Yeah.
Sorry, but yeah, man. No, other than that, you know, let's get this thing done. You know, grab a friend. Let's go vote. I already voted. That way I can go work on one of the local polls here in Harbor Creek to hand out literature to the folks. I mean, that's important because the statistics show people go in there, they're not really decided. So you hand them something, they're like, all right, let's try this one out. But you know, I'm really going to question that theory because this has been such a dirty, deep down. And, you know, look what Jim Wirtz has done to Dan Laughlin, a seated senator.
That clown.
Yeah.
Did you see the mailer of him?
Which one? I mean,
the one where he's a clown.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That made me laugh, and that was subtle. I mean, you know, Dan, that was subtle.
Like
what they did. As a matter of fact, I think I've got that picture here somewhere of what. Oh, here it is. I'll put it up on the screen. This is what the Democrats think Republicans look like, and this is how they altered Dan Laughlin, probably one of those hardest working senators in Pennsylvania, that's gotten more money for the Democrat-controlled City of Erie School District.
Yep, I saw that. I saw that on the news today.
So the picture on the screen is the Photoshop that Jimmy Wirtz and his cronies did. That this is what Republicans look like. And of course, let's Photoshop it. I think that's Harrisburg, so it's not like they said he was on January 6th. But you know, he got rings and gang signs and red, white, and blue jackets and you know hippie glasses and. I don't think that's his real hair. My mic's going in and out. Oh, sorry about that. So yeah, that is just a disgusting picture of what they think of us. But let me run on to the next caller, my friend. You know, thank you for calling in, first time caller. We appreciate you. Get out and vote, brother.
I definitely. God bless, Brian. Have a good night.
See you, buddy.
Bye.
Great guy. Lives out in Mill Creek, you know, social media guy. He's just a good Republican. Goes and goes to events and stuff. So we appreciate that. Brendan, you got any more cool videos for us? While I take a drink of pop.
Kamala said this.
Donald Trump left us the worst unemployment since the Great Depression.
Bullshit.
If we look at the U.S. unemployment rate chart, we can see that when Trump took office in 2017, the unemployment rate was at 4.7%. Over the next 3 years, Trump managed to reduce it to an impressive 3.5%, the lowest level in the past 60 years. For context, the unemployment rate during the Great Depression was 25%. In March 2020, the COVID-19 pandemic hit, causing global economic disruptions. Many U.S. companies began laying off workers, which drove the unemployment rate up to 14.8% by April 2020. Despite this, in less than 9 months, Trump was able to reduce the unemployment rate to 6.4% by the end of his presidency. He left office with the rate at 6.4%, not 25%, as Kamala stated, largely due to the COVID lockdown.
Yeah. Gee, Kamala Harris, I know I'm going to put my shock face on of her lies and deception. It's just like during the debate, she's like, "Oh, there's no U.S. soldiers in a combat zone." Bullshit. Bold-faced lie. That's all she does is lie. And Trump, 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 Trump's fault. Trump's fault. You know, I totally get that. Let's see. Yes. Yeah. I hope I believe Chuck went up there the next day, picked up the truck, and grabbed that water. So thank you, Heidi. You know, sorry about that. Just a little miscommunication on the times. You know, I think everybody was kind of getting kind of tired and kind of worn out, so they kind of went, "Ugh, okay, we're done." I didn't even realize it was still that early. Based on when the email said, the email my ballot, it took 10 days for the wife and I to receive our ballots. Oh no, I totally get that because it's in Ohio. They shipped them from Ohio. So Ohio had to ship them down to Pittsburgh. And you got to remember, I mean, it's not like it's like a box. This is a lot of ballots, a record amount of ballots. I wish we knew the exact numbers, but it's a lot. There's a lot of. Then they had to sort them, ship them to Erie, do what they had to do, and then reship them out. So yeah, it's not like they came from Erie to Pittsburgh. I don't even know what company the Democrat-controlled Board of Elections hired. When I was there, I know we talked about it. We hired a local company in Northeast. We had a problem, boop, 10 minutes, not a couple hour drive to Ohio. Not picking Ohio. I like Ohio. Got it. Where do you think JD Vance came from? So I mean, and I totally get that. So, you know, other than that, man, Brenda, you got another video. I think we might be calling this an early night. I mean, it's been over an hour already. I gotta go to work because the economy is doing so good that I had to come out of retirement and go to work because, you know, the price of everything has gone up. But that's okay. You know, I don't mind. I got a decent little part.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. People of Springfield, please don't eat my cats. Why would you do that? Eat something else. People of Springfield, please don't eat my dog. Here's a catalog of other things to eat. They're eating the dogs. Whoa, 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 whoa. They're eating the cats. Meow, 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 meow. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. They're eating the dogs. Whoa, 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 whoa. They're eating the cats. Meow, 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 meow. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. Whoa, 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 whoa. They're eating the cats. Meow, 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 meow. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. They're eating the dogs. Whoa, 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 whoa. They're eating the cats. Meow, 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 meow. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
Yeah, that's one thing having the producer out in the back shed. I have no control over the video. She literally just puts that up there and goes. But we had a call and it's Matt, our illustrious candidate out here in East County. I'm gonna call him right back. I sent him a text and said I'd call you right back.
Howdy, howdy.
Okay, sir, you're live with Boots on the Ground. How you doing there, young lieutenant?
Oh, just dandy. Had to call my favorite campaign sergeant and update on a few things. Well, I had one main point and then one little side story before then, but yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so I mean, did you happen to see my story the other day with me out at the range?
No, I didn't.
Oh yeah. I posted a little picture of all of us out at the range. We were authorized to share some photos, so I
Oh,
posted up
nice.
there.
I
But
saw
I
I
thought
saw
it,
I,
it
s- I saw you wrestling, doing hand-to-hand combat though. That was a good picture.
yeah, we did we were doing our combatives training
Right.
uh every morning this week so far, and then we had the range for what was that, Monday, Tuesday, I think. So we were out there, so I posted the range pictures, but I thought it'd be a good reminder to follow up on my post from earlier this week with posting the range because speaking of how we have to assume the Democrats being quite vicious this cycle. It's like, I've never had my house cased and my wife stalked prior to me running as a candidate. So I had to post on there earlier this week saying it's probably not too bright to case the house of a pro Second Amendment Republican running for office on top of the fact that I'm a Army lieutenant here.
Well, they're not the brightest group. They're not the sharpest tack in the box. They're not the brightest bulb in the case, but they just think they're smarter than everybody, and they think that they can just use these tactics to intimidate us. I tell these guys, I said, listen, I jumped out of a perfectly good airplane for fun. I
Yeah.
did. And I'm not nervous, man. But no, I mean, I get that. No, I have to go back and check your pictures out. I didn't see that. I'm shocked they allow you guys to put those pictures up. I'm shocked.
Yeah, we were at least the range was authorized. Probably gonna do another post with some other stuff I got authorized, but we went through TCCC today, so we did combat casualty care. So
Important stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
got to ruin a nice uniform with the fake blood.
It's government issue, man. They'll get you another one.
Yeah.
They make new
Well,
ones every
the
day.
worst part about being an officer is we don't have a uniform budget. This comes out of my pocket.
Oh, just okay, little lieutenant.
I know.
I'll give the big sergeant a little hug.
World's tiniest violin starts playing, but
Right.
but yeah. So no, the bigger thing, well, in a way, for me was I've had a few different people call me and telling me that they haven't received their ballot still, which I
Yep.
told them call local office.
Yep.
And apparently, a lot of people aren't able to get through to the local
Nope.
election office. Like even my wife texted me today. She said she's called the Erie elections office 6 times. 3 of the times it just rang busy and hung up. The other 3 times it rang for 2 minutes straight and no one answered.
Yeah.
Doesn't go to voicemail or anything, just rings and rings. So she can't get a hold of them. I haven't received my ballot down here yet, so I can't get a hold of them either to vote. So like and that's just 2 stories of I've probably had 4 or 5 people ask me like, "Hey, what do I do?" And I'm like, I don't know. So I
Right.
figured I'd call
No,
the
I get that. I mean, they're being overwhelmed with the in person. I'm not making them excuses because trust me, I'm not. I'm just saying they're being overwhelmed. When you get your mail-in ballot, what I would do is I would fill it out, do the security envelopes, make sure you date and sign the back of it. I would put it into a manila envelope, and I would next day air it to your mom and have her drop it off at the box for you. Now you have to sign an affidavit saying that you're authorizing your mom to do that. You can go online and get that affidavit. If anybody questions her at the mailbox, it's not like she's walking up with 20 of them. And
yeah.
but technically by the rules, you are supposed to cast your own vote. However, you're in the military. I think you can go online and download that form and sign it and authorizing her. I would next day air that thing up here, and I would have her or send it to me and authorize me to draw. I'll drive it down to the courthouse personally and hand it to Tanya Fernandez.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate that, and as much as like I care about my vote specifically, of course, but I think even more importantly, just the other people that are also trying to get this. If I've personally heard 5 or 6 of these stories, like how many people are saying they're not receiving their ballot and not able to get a hold of their local office.
Right. Well, according to the news, they had 295 misprints. I've seen it on social media. I put a post up. I said, "Hey, please bring your concerns here. I'll see what I can do." And it was like the outer envelope was correct. It was to Matt Strap, but the inside one was to Mickey Mouse. So yeah, I mean, it's 295 according to the clerk, and it was a it was a computer software snafu when something blah blah happened, blah blah.
Yeah, I'm sure it
But
was.
I mean, what's the possibility? Probably pretty good because we rely so much on these computers. And like, I don't know how
Yeah.
much of the show you heard. They contracted. The Democrat controlled board of elections contracted to an Ohio firm. They didn't even spend the, I don't know, $60,000-$80,000 it costs to do this project. They wouldn't even spend it in Erie County. They sent it over to Ohio. My God, they wanted to send it to New York. And I said, I'm not sending it to Commieville, New York, for God's sake. So, I parlayed, and, I think I won by one vote to have a local contractor. And of course, Democrats like, oh, you cheated. You had insider information. No, because the councilman lied. They told the printer it was color. So he gave him a bid. So they went to the other contractor and said, no, it's black and white. So I looked at the two and I said, wait a minute, why are these so different? I reached out to the contractor locally. I said, why is this so high? Dude, that's like what it costs. Yeah, but this one's so much higher. He goes, well, let me see it. And I said, well, this one's in color. This one's in black. He goes, well, that's why, because they lied to us and said we wanted it in color and it's in black and white.
Of course.
That's what Democrats do. They lie. And that was Mary Rennie. That was Mary Rennie's deal. Mrs. Oh, I'm offended by everything, and I quit county council because Brenton Davis and Brian Shank are so mean to me. I don't get my way, and I'm not the boss, and I want to be the boss. Well, you're not. Bye, you quitter. That's why they don't like me.
Yeah, I figured. I mean, the strong voices always get the most opposition, right?
Oh, absolutely. I bark. Yeah, that's my wife. My bark is way worse than my bite. I get it. I like, I won't go down that streak, but I'm just saying, but no, I mean, I appreciate. I have to check out that video. I see your sign showing up. I have to finish up your sign tomorrow and get it out to my location out here on Route 20 in Harbor Creek. I see you got, Tim Kuzma put the big sign. I watched him drive by when he was building it there by the VA. $1 million spot, by the way. And you're
Oh,
getting him.
absolutely.
Wait till you see when I get yours done tomorrow and get it delivered. Is This is the best Republican display of signage in Erie County. And you are in the mix of this,
I'm
because
excited for it.
this guy he's an Army veteran, Harbor Creek resident, good guy. And I gave him a McCormick sign. I gave him a Stacey Garrity sign, 4x8. He got a Mike Kelly 4x8. He's got a Trump 4x6, and he has got 1,000-yard signs. 1,000-yard signs out there in his front yard. Yours is there, don't worry. And your big one
Yeah,
will be
yeah.
your big one will probably be out there tomorrow. I got to pull the frames out and finish them up. I was going to work on it today, but we had to go to Waldemere today because all the hot shots came into Erie. Yeah, I don't know if you saw that or not, but go on my social media. You'll see all the big dogs that came into Erie today, helping President Trump.
Yeah. It's cool to see all that, but I was actually, I saw that a few other cool ones were going down to Lancaster soon. It was like Dr. Phil was going to be down there on the 24th, I think.
Wow.
Of course, everyone's showing up right when I'm not around, right? But
well, yeah, it's like, hey, let's go do some cool stuff. Matt's not here.
yeah, exactly.
Serving our country.
Yeah, but signage, it's been cool because Tim's been sending me locations as he put them up. One of my favorites was I think he got one on Buffalo Road, which there's some sort of
Oh,
sweet victory in that, and knowing that you're hitting him right where right where it hurts on his main strip.
I gotta tell you, this one is 2 lots, and it has got 4x8s, tons of yard signs. It is like the Republican stronghold of East County. I mean, if you had to have your command tent somewhere, that would be it. I mean, you go down Buffalo Road, and it's right by Walbridge. I mean, the heart of Harbor Creek. And
Yeah.
they tore down a hotel, a little hotel motel thing there, and there was a pile of dirt. They even put signs on the top of the pile of the dirt. So, I mean, trust me, Dan Laughlin's there, and if you go across East 38th Street by McClellan, it's like Republican Alley. I mean, they have every 4x8 sign out except for yours. This is east. Yours is on the west by the VA,
Yeah.
which is, I think, a better spot, by the way, actually, because
Yeah.
you have all your veterans coming into the VA, and it's right there. So we're working it for you. You know, your mom dropped off the big sign and dropped off some literature. I will go out on election day and hand out at the hot spot here in Harbor Creek for you, along with other hot shots. I might have to get a big stapler and staple them all together because I don't want to forget anybody. You know, we got you, Dave McCormick, Dan Laughlin, you know, President Trump. You know, I got a million of those. So you know, we're back here, you know, fighting the war for you. You know, we really
Yeah,
are.
no, I absolutely appreciate it. I thought another one that was kind of funny is somebody said he was on his way back home to Pittsburgh, and somehow on his way to Pittsburgh, he saw a sign for me. I'm like, that's way out of the district, guys, but like, I guess I appreciate the effort there.
It's just name recognition. Just names and more names, and the more time you see it, the more time it sticks, especially with your name.
Yeah. I guess with this kind of spread, eventually I'll have to give Shapiro a run for his money.
Oh, sure, no problem. Yeah, you guys are about the same height, so yeah, it'd be it would be a fair fight. You know, yeah, you got he. I didn't realize how short he was. I met him in Northeast at the police academy, and I was like, man, I thought you look taller on TV. Now I didn't say that to the governor, but I was like, I was thinking it, you know, because he's got these big burly PSP guys, you know, sitting there with their shirts and ties on, and they're all buffed up in sunglasses, right? We know who they are. Those are troopers. I don't want to go get beat up at the police academy.
Yeah, I never got to meet him in person because every time when I was down at the Capitol, every time I was set to meet him, it was always like 5 to 10 minutes out that they'd be like, he got called back in because the House still couldn't decide on the budget. And I'm like, how are they still? And it was like for an entire day. And at one point, they're like, yeah, you're just not going to meet him today.
Yeah, that was baloney. He probably had lunch, then he had to take his nap, and then he had his dessert, and he probably had a pedicure. You know, do whatever Democrats do. You know, I don't know, but yeah. So other than that, you know, you know, everyone's working for you. Everyone's doing what we can to help you out. You know, it's tough when you're not here in town to do stuff. Uh, but you know, the social media is up and running, and you know, the signs are showing up, and you know, we got putting literature in people's hands. And when we were registering people, Kim Hunter, bless her heart, had a little pack. It had a Trump pen, a piece of gum, and it had everyone's brochures in there, and yours was in there too. So
Nice.
getting the word out, my friend.
Yeah, I appreciate it a lot.
Yeah, no problem, man. I'm gonna cut this off here. I think, you know, I don't know if Brent's got another video or not. If we got another call, that way we can bring this thing in for a landing because I have to get up at 5:30 to go to work.
Well, have fun at 0530.
More than
sir.
70% of people tell the country.
Yeah, hang on one
See
second.
ya.
Oh, she got that popped up there just a little quick. But thanks for calling in. You know, tell your mom thank you for everything she does, and don't forget to get out and vote for Matt Strep. So Sharilowski, however you say it. Just the lieutenant. She just said, you know, just vote for the lieutenant, Lieutenant Matt. All right,
Sounds great.
all right,
Perfect.
my
Thank
friend.
you.
You know, be safe down there. I'll talk to you.
See ya.
Bye. Now, this video is where the bear dug into Kamala.
More than
People are
70% of people
exhausted.
tell the country is on the wrong track. They say the country is on the wrong track. If it's on the wrong track, that track follows 3.5 years of you being vice president and President Biden being president. That is what they're saying, 79% of them. Why are they saying that? If you're turning the page, you've been in office for 3.5 years.
And Donald Trump has been running for office.
But you've been the person holding the office.
Come on.
Madam
You
Vice
and I
President.
both know what I'm talking about. You and I both know what I'm talking about.
I actually don't. What are you talking about?
What I'm talking about is that over the last decade,
But you're
people
the
have
lever of
become.
power.
But listen, over the last decade, it is clear to me, and certainly the Republicans who are on stage with me, the former chief of staff to the president, Donald Trump, former defense secretaries, national security advisor, and his vice president. One, that he is unfit to serve, that he is unstable, that he is dangerous, and that people are exhausted with someone who professes to be a leader who spends full time demeaning and engaging in personal grievances and it being about him
Madam
instead
Vice
of
President,
the American people.
if
People
that's the
are
case,
tired of that.
If that's the case, why is half the country supporting him? Why is he beating you in a lot of swing states? Why, if he's as bad as you say, that half of this country is now supporting this person who could be the 47th president of the United States? Why is that happening?
This is an election for president of the United States. It's not supposed to be easy.
There. Woo! Kicked her backside. I love it, because he's been campaigning for the last 3.5 years. I had to rewind that and watch it go, what? I had no clue what she was saying. But here's the party of joy and just backing this airhead that just doesn't get it. Is Trump always right? No. Does he say some dumb stuff? Yes. However, he's got a proven track record. He's a threat to democracy. Listen, if he was going to be a threat to democracy, he would have done it before these two clowns got into office. If that was a threat to democracy, and now they're calling him a Nazi. All the little trigger words, all the little nasty. She's talking about being nasty. Who's being nasty? Your campaign has been you Democrats ran one of the nastiest campaigns in U.S. history, and you should be ashamed of yourself, especially Jimmy. I almost said a bad word. Jimmy Wirtz. That of course, he came after me. We've talked about that. He was just a Democrat cult party leader. He came after me. Lies, lies, and lies. And then Pretzel. Has anybody seen this guy? I mean, we're doing events out here out in Harbor Creek. Where is he? Oh, that's right. He doesn't have to do shit because he's got the seat for the next 4 years. He doesn't have to do anything other than just. I bet you he's dressed up as a zombie. It's Halloween time. But no, other than that, if we don't have any more calls, Brenda, you have any more video? Camera keeps flipping focus on me. Sorry, do it again. Come on, follow me. There we go. You got any more videos for us, Brenda? If not, any more last calls? If not, which is set up for the outro video, and we're going to call this thing an evening.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country, and maybe there will be.
There needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
You got to be ready to throw a punch. You have to be ready to throw a punch.
Donald Trump, I think you need to go back and punch him in the face.
That I thought he should have punched him in the face.
I feel like punching him.
I'd like to take him behind the gym if I were in high school. If we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him. No, I wish we were in high school, I could take him behind the gym.
I will go and take Trump out tonight.
Take him out now. Okay.
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump.
Show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
Please
get up in the face of some Congress people.
People will do what they do.
I want to tell you, Gorsuch, I want to tell you, Kavanaugh, you have released the whirlwind, and you will pay the price.
We're gonna go in there, we're gonna impeach the
This is just a warning to you Trumpers. Be careful. Walk lightly. And for those of you who are soldiers, make them pay.
If you had to be stuck in an elevator with either President Trump, Mike Pence, or Jeff Sessions, who would it be?
Does one of us have to come out alive?
Yeah. We're going to play that video because I want people to get this 100% clear. They are not the party of tolerance. They are not the party of joy. They are the party of violence. They are going to come unglued come here in a couple of weeks. When Trump hits 271, they are going to come unglued. You watch. I think Black Lives Matter was just a rehearsal to what's coming to this country. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I am dead wrong. But Black Lives Matter were allowed to burn, rape, pillage this country. We're still trying to recover from that. And then, they're the ones of the party of tolerance. And you see these elected officials, and that hack has been Madonna. When was the last time somebody blew up the White House? Judge did. When's the last time an actor assassinated the president? I say that the black SUVs would be pulling up in my driveway in about 10 minutes. So the elitists get to say and do whatever they want, while the little people just kind of scramble around for our scratches and try to make a living. Remember that coming up here real soon. Brenda, if you don't have more videos, let's roll this thing out of here and let's have a cappuccino and go to bed.
Watch the light bulb go
Last
on
video.
over Kamala Harris's head when she realizes she has no damn plan for if there's divided government and she can't shove through her agenda. Watch.
Expanding that child tax credit, or you mentioned housing before, giving that extra money for a first home. If you can't raise corporate taxes, or if GOP takes control of the Senate, where do you get the money to do that? Do you still go forward with those plans and borrow?
Well, but we're going to have to raise corporate taxes, and we're going to have to make sure that the biggest corporations and billionaires pay their fair share. That's just it. It's about paying their fair share.
She's an idiot. She's an idiot. She has no idea what she's talking about. I don't know if she understood the question.
No, absolutely right. And that's the point. And, we're going to play that video. We're going to play that video. We're going to play that video until everybody gets it. Everybody likes and shares it. And we get that. So I've been watching the stats tonight. Facebook came in number 1, YouTube number 2, and our folks on X. Now, those are the only ones I can see. And I'm going to brag just a little bit. Last week's show on Facebook, just Facebook, broke over 1,000 views. 1,000. Now that's one format. That's not the rest of the forum. That's just one. I want to personally thank you. We've been handing out cards. We've been connecting with the people at events. I always joke about people. I have these palm cards. They're like 5x7 or 4x6 or something. I say it's a business card for old people that don't have to put their glasses on so they can read it. And we were out at the dock the other day, and I met a wonderful family, husband, wife, twin daughters. They came down and voted at the courthouse. They came down to the dock for a nice stroll, and we bumped into them. And the one daughter's like, Brian, Shank, I love your boots on the ground. I'm like, you made my day. I have 2 verified actual followers. No, that's not true, because I see a bunch of on Facebook, on X, and then of course Instagram's been picking up some traction. So you guys make this possible. You guys give me the motivation, the strength, the time to put this together and make it happen. If it wasn't for me, Todd Buzzard, Colorado, my cousin. Look at that. See? Let's see that. Yeah, I gotta. So everybody say hi to Todd. He's my cousin. And he's in Colorado. Good show tonight, Brian. Thank you, Todd. I appreciate you watching us all the way from Colorado. I know I have a friend down in Texas that watches our show occasionally. We appreciate that. And I think this is growing. I think it's growing because the message is clear and it's on point. It's boots on the ground saying, we're here. We have to stand. Now, how are we going to stand? We're not going to pick up a rifle. All we need to do is pick up a pen. In the military, there was an old saying, the pen is mightier than the sword. And in this case, it absolutely is. I want to thank you all. Thanks for jumping in, Todd, from Colorado. We love our Texans. Yeah, you know, I know we have people from Texas. I won't mention his name, but he's a good staunch Republican. Was a Erie resident, and the guy said, "I'm out of here." So other than that, I think we're going to bring this thing in for a landing. You know, a special thanks for all our callers tonight. Josh coming in, Brian coming in, Dave coming in, Kim coming in. You know, this is your show. I'm just here to moderate it and answer the phone. Boop, boop, boop. Brendan, play some videos. Boop. You know, answer some calls. You need boots to stand. I know. And here, let's be really racist and say, hey, let's not forget to grab yourself by the bootstraps and put your boots on and go to work, because that's racist. No, it's not. That's how it's funny. The non-working folk don't know what bootstraps are. Funny. And the running joke is during the whole Black Lives Matter, when they crashed into a local, you know, shoe store, that one work boot was stolen. Brenda, play the outro video. I want to thank you all for coming out tonight.
If tomorrow all the things were gone, I'd worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. Thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. Sing it! God bless the USA! From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston, and New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say, I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land.
Have a great night. Stay warm, a little cool out there tonight. Be careful when you're out driving the highways and byways. The deer are running. Excuse me. I want to personally thank you all for coming out tonight, sharing your Wednesday evening. We will be down at the dock Saturday, probably 2 p.m. to, we're not really sure when we're going to go. We bought a space heater, so it gets a little cool earlier. But we'll keep everybody nice and toasty warm. But please stop down, say hi, grab a flag. We're going to do some flag waving, boots on the ground. Hopefully our brothers and sisters from 814 Patriot Group will be down there. And like we always say at the end of the show, God